Okay. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Relive's Business Success Training for this Saturday morning. I hope the weather is wonderful where you are. Here in Southern California, we have sunshine after a few days of really cold rain. We have snow in the mountains. Things are looking really good around here. It's just a wonderful day to start the weekend, and I hope it's great where you are also. My name is Richard Vance, and I want to welcome you to this training. Let me give you a little background on me. We'll get started that way, I guess. My Relive experience actually began with my wife, Linda. About 30 years ago, Linda was introduced to Relive. In fact, we weren't married at the time. It was before I met her. At the time, she was a busy, successful business owner. She owned a marketing PR company here in Southern California, bringing in clients, doing very well, with one exception. It was making her sick. The stress of that business, the tough business environment, was basically creating issues such as colitis and irritable bowel and things like that, basically making her miserable. And a gentleman at a business mixer, a Chamber of Commerce mixer, introduced her to these products, these health products, these nutritional products, and said, you should really try these. I believe they'll actually help you. Well, at the time, she was on 3 medications trying to control this, and she would do anything to feel better. And after a few attempts, from this gentleman to sell her products, she decided to do it. And she used, at the time, it was just really the basic product that Relive had. They only had 3 products at the time. And she got great relief. And she thought, okay, let me provide these products to my parents who had some age-related issues, and they felt better. And she provided it to a few friends, one with migraine headaches, others with other issues, and everybody felt better taking these products. Well, being the marketing person that she was, she thought, well, okay, if everybody gets benefit using these products, there's something to it. People need these products. And she went back to an opportunity meeting. And here we are, 33 years later in Relive, but the opportunity meetings look pretty much the same back then, except, without all the bells and whistles. And she went and she saw an opportunity to build a business, a strong business, that she didn't need all the overhead that she had. She didn't need all the employees that she had and the premises and such that she was paying for. Something that would build her a lifetime income. She loved the concept of residual income. So she jumped into the business and tried it for a few months just to see how it would work for her. And she started seeing a business grow, and she saw the opportunity, to the point where she, after 6 months, turned around and sold her portion of the business to her partner. And then what that did was it put her in that situation that that some of us find us in occasionally in life, and she had no income. All of a sudden, she had given up $100,000 a year business, and she had no income. And she jumped right into Relive with the same enthusiasm that she had had with her marketing company, but she was building something personal. And she was able to build a business to the extent that she was actually able to reach a level we call presidential, where at the time, your override income was $8,000 in a calendar month. She was able to do that in 18 months with Relive. Well, I met Linda when she was in her 7th year. She came up to Northern California, where I lived, to expand her business. She was going to help a family friend of hers, a gentleman who at 60 years of age was about ready to lose his home. And he was my neighbor, Nick Priest. Many of you probably know him. And she jumped in and started working personally with him, and actually built him up to an income over $100,000 a year, a silver presidential ambassador. Just, gave him a lifestyle that he did not think was going to be available for him. Well, I had an opportunity to meet her at that time, and we've been married now for, well, 21 years. And during that time, I was in technology. I ran a division in technology for Bank of America. Um, I was successful at it. I was an executive with that company. Um, and when I had met Linda, my income was just, well, about the same as hers. And but what surprised me was, as time went on, see, I had that corporate job where somebody controls your income. And even though I thought I was doing pretty well, somebody was always going to tell me how much I was going to make. Well, Linda went out, worked harder, and she doubled her income. And a few years after that, she doubled it again. And in fact, she got her check up to over 43,000 in a calendar month. And trust me, there was no way in the world that bank was going to pay me that kind of money. And I guess the second blessing, besides meeting Linda and marrying Linda, was that when I hit 55 years of age, her income with Relive allowed me to retire. It allowed me to walk away from a 30-year career at 55 years of age and retire and join her in Relive, which was a natural choice. I mean, the bottom line is Linda had this great freedom to work when she wanted to, travel when she wanted to. And rather than go back into corporate America and work 12-hour days, I had the opportunity to join her and have those same incredible benefits of owning your own business and working for yourself and building something special for yourself instead of for someone else. So I reached out to her and I said, I have one caveat. There's one thing that I need if I'm going to be part of this business with you, and that is you need to mentor me. You need to mentor me as if I knew nothing about Relive. I need you to be there as my partner and teach me. And she did that. She became my mentor. And that's what a lot of this business is about, folks. It's about reaching out and being available to learn, to being open to learning and being exposed to new things. I had never run a business before. I had run a business for a company, but I had never built a business myself. And so this was my opportunity to learn. And over time, what I did is I found my own voice. I learned the fundamentals from her, and then I found my own voice to reach forward and build this business on my own. And here we are today. I'm now 12 years into this, building a business on my own with in Relive, and now providing training to others. So with that in mind, let's get started. And let me begin by just congratulating everybody who's on this training this morning for making a great decision to be part of Relive. I had this conversation. I was doing a three-way earlier this week, and it really came down to someone who was very excited about joining Relive, and they discovered that, I have an opportunity to reach out and provide something to someone that they need, whether it be helping somebody with better health right now or helping them with their financial security. I have something at a time when people are looking for things that are people that are really in need. I have something that I can provide to them. And I thought, that's what Relive is. That's what Relive does. I mean, yes, it's an incredible food science company producing wellness products that are just unparalleled in the industry. But at the same time, it's an opportunity to reach out and provide something to people that really need something right now. They need, an understanding of their health and that things can be better, that they can be in a position where they can take on some of these issues that are happening right now, this global pandemic thing, and feel assured that they're in a really great wellness position. They need money right now. There's so many people that are out of work right now, that are laid off or displaced, or just kind of hanging on with a shoestring. This is a plan B. Relive is an incredible plan B opportunity. And so when we can reach out and provide people this, we are doing something amazing. Let's talk about some leadership principles this morning, because I think this is some of the things that really just set Relive people apart. Relive leaders are always positive. We approach everyone with a positive attitude, and we take action. When we're involved in Relive, we're doing this business, we take action on a daily basis, setting appointments, sponsoring people, the lifeblood of our business. And we always practice integrity. We do it with integrity. And I think it's one of the things that sets Relive apart. The fact that we're not the biggest company out there, but we do business in a very ethical, very, with integrity on a daily basis. We love to shine the light on others. This is not about us. This is about what we can help other people achieve. And leaders are the product of the product. When the fact that we take these products daily, we develop a great story that we can share with others, and we teach others to do the same. And finally, leaders build teams. This business is all about building layers of active people, loving their products, loving to share these products with other people. Some of the benefits of our business, obviously, anybody doing this business knows that it has incredible tax benefits. You're moving from a W-2 if you were an employee to a 1099 as a business owner. You work in your own hours. I mean, this is one of the things that really convinced me I didn't need to go back into corporate America again. I had done that. I'd worked the 12, 14-hour days in an office. And the idea of being home with my wife and working my own hours, that really appealed to me. Very low startup costs. My gosh, a brand new person approaching Relive today can begin a worldwide business for $20. That licenses you to do business anywhere Relive is open for business. And where you want to take it from there, that's up to you. It is a turnkey company business. I mean, hang on just a moment. There we go. This is a turnkey company business. Everything is built for you. The only thing missing is you. I mean, you have incredible science behind our products and people producing these products for us. We've got a great distribution center that will send those products all over the world for you. A customer service center taking calls, great training, all kinds of things that are already built in. Again, the only thing missing is you. So I'm going to talk about the 3 Ps of Relive success. People who've been on my training before know that I like to break it down into just three categories that basically kind of sum up our business. And it starts with people. If you're always bringing new people to Relive, then you're going to succeed. That's just the nature of it. It is really about you getting great results with this business and with these products and bringing more people in to experience the same. How do we do it? Well, we create a living list. One of the first things we tell people when they come in is, who do you know? Who do we want to talk to? And really what that boils down to is you creating a list that is ongoing throughout the life of your business experience. And we touch on all the different things that are your sphere of influence. People will tell you what their concerns are if you listen to them. I'm a huge proponent of just listening. I'm not a proponent of just yakking away and trying to tell somebody all about Relive. I really want to hear from them. What are their concerns? What keeps you up at night? Or what is that thing that at 3 a.m. when you are awake, what's on your mind? What keeps you awake? And people will tell you what troubles them, what their concerns are. And today, there are many. We're going to constantly reach out and connect with those people on that ever-growing list. We're going to reach out through all methods today. And we're fortunate. We were talking about this before the call got started, the training got started. All the different avenues today that people have to connect with people. It's not just the phone on the wall anymore. We've got the phone. We have the ability to reach out through text and social media. And the way I love to do it still personally, where you reach out and you sit down with a friend or you talk over coffee. I'm kind of a face-to-face person. It's just what I love to do. You look for referrals. We're always constantly looking for referrals, like ripples in a pond. When you drop a pebble in, you know this small group around you, but they know people, and they know people, and the circle just keeps getting wider and wider. And of course, prospects are a great source of new referrals. That's, we meet these people, and they know people, and they can refer us to other people. We use XR. XR is our process to help onboard people, to bring people to Relive. And whether they be a customer or whether they be a new distributor, a new associate, we use XR to make that happen. We set appointments and share the Relive story with people, and we use all the different avenues available to us to do that. After we get somebody's attention, we want to sit down with them. We want to connect with them and share more of the Relive story with them. So we reach out, we use great videos we have, personal presentations, online presentations, Zoom, of course, and all these other video conferencing programs and apps have been a perfect storm for this time of our lives when we're all sheltered at home. And of course, throw a party. When we have the opportunity, whenever we can get people together, we throw a party, and we have the excitement of working with a large group together. That's always fun. Learn to listen. Again, I'm going to stress this so much. I think it's just critical to our business. And I think it is really how you can excel your business faster than showing people how much you know by talking so much. People will tell you what they want. And people, then you turn around and you show them how Relive fits into that issue or that concern that they have, and how it can help them achieve what it is they're looking for in life. You paint a big picture, and always share both sides. Don't just, if somebody's concerned about their health, certainly you want to talk to them about our products, but always share the fact that we always also have a business opportunity, because people will be more likely to share their health issues than they will their wealth issues. If people are hurting financially, they're not as quick to tell you. But if you open up the avenue that there is an opportunity to make some additional income, should you decide to share Relive with other people, that just might be enough to open the door to another conversation. And remember, the most important connectors we have are stories. Stories are the lifeblood of our business. Have fun. Let people know your enthusiasm. Man, if you're not doing this business with a smile on your face and joy in your heart, you're doing something wrong. So let's talk about the products briefly. I'm not going to get into these deeply. We have other opportunities to do that. But bottom line is, Relive makes advanced nutrition simple. We've got an incredible suite of products that really address just about everything people are looking for these days. I'm going to stress that we use company materials and their expertise. This is not, even though you're in business for yourself, don't make it harder by trying to recreate everything. Relive produces some amazing materials to help share our products. Use those to your best advantage, and keep it simple for new people. Help them get started. It's not about how much you can sell them, or how big a sale you can make. It's about making it simple, where people get started and get results real quick. They'll come back to you and say, what else do you got? Because that worked great. Listen to their needs, just meet their needs. And of course, build your own story, get your own results. If you're brand new in this business, make sure you're taking your products faithfully, get your own results. Those results are going to be a story you're going to tell for a lifetime. We all need to move more, eat smarter, enjoy Relive, get fit. We are a product of the product. We also are a billboard for this company. We want to exude health. We want to exude a certain amount of joy, and taking these products, being healthy every day, that helps us do that. And we want to trust in the science of Relive. And again, they've put these amazing products together. They've formulated them in such a way that they work, and we want to just follow that. Don't prescribe. Don't try to get into being your own pharmacist and kind of coming up with, well, you got to take so many servings of this and so many servings of that and this, that, and the other based on this particular illness. Don't get into that. Keep it simple. Keep it really simple, because you know people are watching you. If somebody comes in, they're going to start doing the same things you do, because you're modeling that behavior for them. So let's keep it simple. Let's, if somebody isn't really experiencing some serious issues, just, man, it's a scoop. Don't be a scientist. I mean, this is not an opportunity to show people how much you know about epigenetics. I had the opportunity to travel with Dr. Galvez all over the Philippines and even around the country, giving presentations with him. And it was kind of a 1-2 punch. He would do the science, then I would come through and do the business behind him. And it was so interesting because he would do the science first, and I'd get up and say, well, let me give you the 6th grade version of it. And I'd play the Blue Man video. And the bottom line to it is, it wasn't about how much I knew about epigenetics, although I have to say I learned an awful lot, at his lab coat tails, so to speak. Um, it wasn't me showing how much I knew. It was just keeping it simple, not being the scientist, and letting the scientist speak, and avoid overselling. Again, this is not about how big an order you can place for somebody. Remember, they're going to have to do this month after month. It needs to be affordable. It needs to be able to work into their budget. And when people take that order of, $400 or $500 that first month, and then they turn around the next month going, you know what, I can't keep this up, you've just lost a customer. Let's keep it simple. Let's help people get results, and let's keep them on for a lifetime. Linda and I have customers who literally have been using Relive products for 25 years as customers, and they would never be without them. Talk about the process, and the process are just some simple steps we do to help move us through this business. Starts with IXR, and I mentioned that earlier. IXR is just our onboarding process of how we reach out, share this business and these products with other people, and bring them on however they're comfortable. Okay. Learning the compensation plan. When somebody comes into this business, people that know me know that one of the very first things I want people to do is learn the compensation plan. I think it is absolutely critical to building your business. You develop your Relive story, and you're doing that by using these products. And also, as you come in as a distributor, how you come in as a distributor has a lot to do with developing the story you're going to tell to a lifetime of distributors who come after you. And then, of course, how you build your team. I'm going to touch on these briefly because we do this every week, and I'm just going to touch on them briefly. And it all really comes down to constantly learning. And I'm glad you're on this call this morning, being part of training. Always being open to learning, I think, is so important, both business and personal. And by the way, we don't talk about this enough. Relive is an incredible personal development business. So many people come into Relive from all walks of life, whether you're a house husband or a housewife, to a truck driver, to a scientist. You can come into Relive and grow personally through your interactions with other people. So let's talk about these just briefly. First of all, we want to identify, we've talked about this already, building a list, reaching out to people, and building that community. And you do it, like I say, like ripples in a pond. You start with the people you know closest, your friends, your family, the people that are closest to you. And then you start reaching out into all those other spheres of influence, such as the people at work, the people at church, the people you play tennis with, or your Zumba class. And you keep stretching out because they know people, and they're going to introduce you to people beyond that circle. So you identify people who you want to talk with, and then you make connections with them. You reach out and you make a connection. And this is not the fire hose. This isn't the where you just gush everything about Relive. This is that critical phase where you listen to people, you make a connection with them, and you say, there's something I want to share with you that I think is going to be of interest to you. And you make that connection, and that leads to the best part, and that is sharing the story. And this is where you have the opportunity to really kind of get into more of a deep dive of who we are, what we're about. On that connect side, I think that's where everybody needs to also kind of come up with a really good, like an elevator pitch or an elevator story that that 12-second story that basically grabs somebody's attention and has them looking at you going, tell me more. That sounds interesting. I want to know more about that. And that leads to sharing the story where you can get into more detail about who we are, what we're all about, and how we can be a benefit to them. That story we tell and we should all be very good at this. And that is, it should be about a minute long, and it should just be really brief. It should be, because we're going to be asked to share our story to help other people and on three-way calls and presentations like this. It just really comes down to a few critical points: your name, who you are, where you live, maybe your career or profession that you either were part of or you retired from. And that's a way of making connections with people. Sometimes people with similar industries or similar backgrounds just have a way of connecting with each other. And we talk about life before we were introduced to Relive. What are our concerns with, whether they be our health concerns or our financial concerns, and then what our experience has been after being introduced to Relive. It's just a short story. We keep it brief. There's a saying at Relive, more stories is better than more story. And that is, the more stories you can put in front of somebody in a short period of time is better than one long drawn out story. We ask for a decision, and this should be one of the easiest parts of our business, is asking for a decision. And it's funny, a lot of people have a little concern about this, where they finally have to, it's decision time. They have to ask people to do something, to take action. And this should really be the easiest. If we've told a Relive story and we've presented them with all their options, this is a time when you say, well, how would you like to get started? Would you like to, as a customer or distributor, how can we help you get started today? Just a simple question. And then be quiet and wait for an answer. Do not try to answer for them. Just make it simple. Just, how would you like to get started today? And then follow up, what did you like about what you just heard? Always keep it positive, but what did you like about what you just heard? And ask for a decision. And when they make that decision, whether it be to join as a customer or a preferred customer and begin using our products, make it simple. Help them out. Let's get them registered and let's get them started. Hopefully you have product on hand. You can provide them product right then and there, and that way they can get going on the products right away while they're still excited. Maybe they decide to become a distributor. Great, let's get you registered. What level would you like to come in at? You get to choose, and we can get you set up and get you a better discount. You really want to get started as a business builder? Let's get you going at Master Affiliate. That's the best position to come in at. Make it simple, make it easy, make it positive. Continuing with process, learning the compensation plan. Again, I think this is a critical part of our business. You do not need to know what's in every can in those Relive products. You absolutely do not need to know it. Don't even try. If you can give just one salient fact about each product, man, that Arth effect, it just helps take away the pain in your knees, or the issues you have with arthritis. That Gluc effect, man, that's got clinical studies showing 30% reduction in blood sugars in just 2 months. I mean, how amazing is that? Just all you need to do is have just a couple simple facts about the products. But when it comes to the compensation plan, and you're talking to a brand new person, when you're talking to a friend, and you go to that friend and you say, man, I am so excited about this company. I just joined. I'm looking to build, a second income. I'm so excited by it. And they go, well, how do you make money in your company? If you look at it like a deer in the headlights and you have no clue, that's not going to inspire a lot of, belief that you're going to do well in this business. And they're not likely to follow you if you don't know what you're doing. But if you can say, let me show you, and you can grab a piece of paper, a napkin, anything in front of you, and you can start showing people how you're going to make money in this business, they're much more likely to follow you. They're much more likely to know that you know what you're doing. So learn the compensation plan right out. Building a team. This is what building a sustainable business is all about. your business grows when you add team members, and that's, distributors at any level, quick starts to masters. Building your team is how you're going to grow a sustainable business. Building a team helps you level up on the road to PD. And those are milestones. They're milestones to show you how your business is growing. And by the way, if you haven't reviewed it, the new road to PD qualifications are going to be, I think personally, I love the way they've set it up going forward. It pays homage to the people who have been around a long time and built the foundation of this company. At the same time, they're really rewarding people who are active in building new business. And I think it's critical for this company to have those new people and to reward them and keep them incentivized to help build the next generation. Keep your business in balance. And this is also part of that road to PD now. It is a combination of building customers and distributors and having a balance to do that. That's how you build a sustainable business. You want both, and you need to pay attention to both. And we are now rewarding both. When we talk about promo 1, 2, 3, the promo 1 is all about building a great customer base. And that, by the way, when you're brand new in this business, that's how you get paid first. As you bring customers in, that first check you get, those first checks, in the early months of your business, it's coming from happy customers who are consuming these products and reordering month after month. Stay plugged in. Use all the points of access we have through meetings, trainings, podcasts, e-blasts, social media posts, website. This month at Relive, where you see all the people that have moved up in our company. The upline, your upline is always critical for staying in touch with what's going on in this business. Engage videos. Hopefully you're watching those first of every month. They really give you a clue as to what the new promotions are, what's happening at Relive. Hopefully everybody saw the video that just came out with Ryan explaining some of the delays in our products, so you can better explain to our customers when they can't get their products right away what's going on. You know what? We're a victim of the pandemic that's been going on. We're like a lot of businesses. It's impacted Relive too, and hopefully we're gonna be up and over the hump on this very, very soon and back to full speed. And always the story calls. Some of the promotions that are going on, obviously the top 3 bonus, you want to be striving to be part of this. It's just a great way to add extra income into your pocket every month. It's also a sign that your business is growing. Never miss the opportunity to do promo 1, 2, 3. I personally believe that this promo, which is one of the longest running promos that Relive has ever run, is actually just the perfect vehicle. This and Ixar actually work as a system together. It's like a puzzle piece that fits perfectly together. Okay, if you're doing promo 1, 2, 3 and using Ixar and moving them, onboarding them right into Relive, then you've developed the perfect system, process, combination to add people to your business and build that sustainable business. So always take advantage of this, bringing in new customers for promo 1, those quick starts for promo 2, and your new business builders for promo 3. And also part of staying in touch is working through all the various calls and opportunities available every week on a regular basis. The fact that these have sustained for as long as they have, I think, is fantastic. It just gives you a reliable source where you can plug new people in to hear an opportunity presentation. Just hear some quick stories on the story call. Bring them into training and have them kind of see the back office, how we do this business on a regular basis. It's just the perfect opportunity to onboard people, and hopefully you're taking advantage of this with all your new people. So I've gotten through all the basics today. I'm not going to go any deeper on that, but today I do want to touch on a little bit of the mindset of business. And I want to try to keep this thing moving here I know I'm taking up some of your precious Saturday morning, so I appreciate it. Something I call the slide edge mindset, and it really is about having the right mentality, the right philosophy as you build your business. And actually, I think this works for a lot of things in life, but we're going to tailor it to relive. But I think it really comes down to how we conduct ourselves in so many aspects of our life. So here's a few things. There is no cure, no breakthrough, no magic bullet that will create a solution that allows us to build our business. It's so funny. I used to hear people at conference and stuff like that. What is it you say that has allowed you to build a huge business? What is it? What are the magic words that you say? What is it you're saying that I'm not saying? There isn't a magic phrase that just causes people to jump to one person and not to another person. The answer to move forward is the same as the one that holds us back. It really comes down to us. It comes down to the power of daily actions compounded over time. That's it. That is the simple way to do it. When my wife Linda began building this business, she separated herself from the company that she owned. She sold that. She was on her own. She could have taken a vacation. She could have taken time off. Instead, she knew what she needed to do. She needed to jump right back in and build a business. And she went at it with a fervor. And she basically worked that business consistently, week in, week out, to build that business. To accomplish anything worth accomplishing and to create success, to achieve your dreams, you don't have to do the impossible and you don't have to do the extraordinary or something superhuman, but you do have to do something. And that's so important. You need to take action. You cannot just sit back and wait for something to happen. So it really comes down to that philosophy that you have. The only reliable, consistent way to control your attitude that controls your actions, which controls your results, is to control your thoughts. And the source of our thoughts is really our philosophy. It is the foundation upon which we build our life. It's that simple. It's your philosophy and your philosophy of business, your philosophy, in various other aspects of your life. It's how we build our life. And there is nothing more fundamental or essential. So the slide edge principles, the core philosophy of the slide edge principle is to do small things consistently over time, incremental improvements that have a cumulative effect. This is not about swinging for the fences, trying to hit home runs. This is about hitting singles and doubles and just constantly moving your business forward. These actions can be summed up in 7 principles that form a philosophy of success. And those are the things I'm going to talk about briefly here today. And it begins with showing up. You need to show up. The meetings, trainings, events, home parties, conferences, 3-way calls are all opportunities for us to plug into our source of strength, affirmation, and synergy. And before you can do anything in this business or any business, you've got to show up and be present. You have to be there. It has to, whatever you do, it has to be important enough. If you want to be successful, it has to be important enough that you show up. And that's why everybody on this training this morning can reach around and pat yourself on the back because you showed up this morning. And this is a core principle because nothing begins until you show up. Opportunity presentations, this is where you show your prospects the big picture of Relive. Trainings where you are today is where you acquire learned knowledge on how we do this business. And then 3-way calls, one-on-ones, 2-on-ones, various meetings. That's where you acquire the practical knowledge. That's where you take the learned knowledge, how we do this business, and then you turn it into action and it becomes practical knowledge. And by the way, this becomes a cycle because this is why we're always learning. We go out and we do it and we learn things by doing it. And then we go back and we go back to the trainings. And now some of the things we we heard before in training start to make sense, because now we're out in the real world putting them into practice. And then it's a cycle. Every time we hear it and we go out and we try it, and we try different things, and we discover this works better than that, we start kind of finding our legs, so to speak, where we start learning new things. Always remain open to learning new processes, new ways of doing this business. Next principle is being consistent. Your optimal rate of growth is always served best by a step-by-step approach of consistent, never-ending environment, which lays a solid foundation and builds upon them over and over. And this came from Peter Sang, from his book, The Fifth Principle. And again, it's just doing the right thing over and over again. Showing up as a starter, but it's consistency that makes it a powerful duo. The key to success in business comes from doing small things consistently, and practice makes perfect. If this were a job, you would be expected to show up and perform consistently. Shouldn't you expect the same from yourself when you're the boss? Think about that. I mean, why should running your business be any different than how the business you go off to, you drive to and work for somebody else, be any different? They want to stay in business. They do things consistently. They expect you to show up. They expect you to do your job well every day. We should expect the same when we're in our own business. Otherwise, we have to fire ourselves. Have a good attitude. I think this is core principle number 3, and I think this is so key to having a successful business and feeling successful in our business. We've all learned of those people who brighten a room. This is a story, of course, that Bob would tell at conference so often. Those people who brighten a room with a positive attitude, and those who suck the life from the same room. What do you do? Do you add light to a room when you walk in, or do you suck the energy and the light out of that room? Those with a good attitude, with a positive outlook on life, are shown to live longer, be happier, and more productive in their life. Now, I think that's true. And I know the people around me, the people with the best attitudes seem to flourish in life versus those that are always walking around with a cloud over their head. Know that there are those who will try to discourage you. I'm sure that's happened to many of you on this call in the course of your Relive business. It's like, why are you doing that? You're never going to be successful at that. Know that you will not always hear yes from the people you thought surely would want to have what you're offering them. Doesn't that hurt a little bit when you go to your best friend or a family member and they say, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. And by the way, I know you're not an expert in nutrition. We hear those negative messages all the time. Look, know that people are going to gossip, complain, even speak ill of your business. And these are people who don't know what they're talking about. How many people say no to you before they even know anything about what you're offering? How can somebody hurt you by saying no when they don't even know what they're turning down? So, what's the saying? Next, who's next? Know that people with a positive attitude who show up and are consistent, they will prevail. What comes first, happiness or success? If we are positive, our brains are more alert and engaged, free to create, which leads us to be more productive. Happiness and optimism actually fuel performance and achievement, giving us the competitive edge I call the happiness advantage. And this is Sean Anchor, The Happiness Advantage, from his book. And again, I just think it's one of the things I enjoy about Relive people. Get around Relive people. You want a injection of happiness, of positivity. Be around Relive people for a while. There's an awful lot of that going on here, and I think it's one of the things that makes us the company we are. And the fact that we came out of these very home-based values to begin with. We practice our business with in an ethical manner, and we're very positive people. Be committed for a long period of time. And I think this is another core factor that everybody needs to kind of understand going in. This is not a get rich quick business. According to Malcolm Gladwell, many of you probably read his books, the author of Outliers, it takes about 10,000 repetitions to become truly proficient at something. And all you need to do is consider the length of time you went to school. Think about, grammar and language and things like that you started in grammar school and you were still doing it in high school to become more and more proficient. That's the equivalent of 40 hours a week for 5 years, just going, doing that repetition time and time again. If you understand that when you come into a new business and you're going to grow a business, it does not happen overnight. And it goes back to doing those little things consistently, time after time after time. This is a business of repetition. It really is. It's not about, creating new things and going off in different directions. It's about doing things that all contribute to doing basically the same thing over and over again. Once successful people find something that works, they repeat that action over and over again with a good attitude over a long period of time until they are successful. It takes time to develop a belief system. We talk about the wall of belief at Relive. That's developed by doing and participating in Relive over a period of time. When these products work for you, when you discover the people that you have provided products to, they're getting results, all those things build your wall of belief that this is the right company doing the right thing. By committing to things that are manageable and implement those every day, you greatly increase your chance of success. And I always think you need to ask this question of yourself too, is will you be here a year from now? If you have a positive attitude, there's no denying you're going to be here a year from now, because you're going to keep building to that year and then beyond. And this business is very much the parable of the hare and the tortoise. Slow and steady won the race, aka deliberate and consistent equals success. This is not about, again, home runs or doing things quickly or thinking there's just that one person who's going to come into this business and they're just going to take off and make me a millionaire. This is about doing repetitious things over and over again. Another core principle is I believe you have to have faith and a burning desire in what you're doing. According to Napoleon Hill, another author many of you have read, Think and Grow Rich, of the 500 most successful people he interviewed, the number one commonality among them was faith, along with a burning desire. See, desire is what gets you up early and keeps you up late. It's what has you excited when your feet hit the floor in the morning. But it's faith that keeps you moving forward when adversity hits, when you hear the no's, when you have setbacks. It's your faith in what you're doing that keeps you moving forward. Be willing to pay the price. I think this is another core principle of, again, of doing this business and being successful in it. The price of neglect is more costly than the price of commitment. Not doing those things, that you're supposed to do won't devastate your business immediately, but they have a cumulative negative effect over time. Investing in your future now, the expense, the time, the effort, the ups and downs, allows you to have a better life. How many of you have heard the saying when it comes to financial investment? The earlier you get started, the better the outcome. If you start as a young person and you're putting money away a little bit at a time, and it's compounding over years and building up to something great when you're ready to retire, versus deciding late in life that you're going to finally start saving, you have less opportunity, and you would have to put a lot more in to get the same outcome. Beginning that investment in yourself early on pays off over the long run. Either you let go of where you are and get to where you want to be, or you hang on to where you are and give up on where you could be. And we hear again, going back to Bob and the stories he tells at conference, how many times have we heard the story of the guy who was clutching onto that $10 bill so hard for fear of letting go of it that he's not willing to let go of it to walk across and pick up the $20 bill because he might lose what he has in his hand. And so we also need to let go of our fear a little bit to venture out and become something we might become even better. Be willing to pay the price. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. I've told the story on these trainings before about my wife, Linda. When we got married, she was, again, already successful in Relive. She had come up to Northern California to help expand her business. And they built a system in Northern California where they had regular Saturday morning trainings and Tuesday evening opportunity presentations. And she was out most nights doing presentations, home presentations and such. But there was two things that she never missed. She would never miss the Tuesday night opportunity, and she would never miss the Saturday morning training. Well, our daughter was in soccer, and our daughter played soccer on Saturday mornings, and she would be out on the field. And her new mom, couldn't be there to watch because Linda had made a commitment to the distributors that she had brought into this business that she was going to be there. Even if she wasn't presenting, she would be sitting in the audience and she would be there every Saturday morning. And I know that she would have preferred to have been out watching her daughter play and participating as a parent. But it was something that she felt that she needed to give up because she had made a commitment to her business. So sometimes we have to be willing to pay the price to do this business and be successful. We also need to practice integrity. And those of you who have been on my trainings, this is a big part of what I believe is important in doing the Relive business correctly. And that is to do our business with integrity. Integrity really is doing the little things daily that you need to do to be successful, even when no one is watching. This is not about putting on a show. This is about knowing in your heart you're doing the right things time and time again, even when no one is watching. Integrity is doing the thing you said you were going to do long after the mood has left you. So when you make a commitment to something, even though later on you think about it, I'd really rather go out and do something else, you follow through and you do the thing you say you're going to do. And compromising on your integrity, well, not doing the little things consistently when no one is looking really only hurts one person who should count most, and that's you. And that's when your integrity becomes questionable, when people start questioning your integrity. You are the only one hurt by that. And finally, making the choice to make the choice. The right and wrong choices you make at any single moment will have little or no impact on how your day goes, nor tomorrow or the next day. But it is those same undramatic, seemingly insignificant actions that, when compounded over time, will dramatically affect how your life turns out. Think about it. They're just little lies, or they're just, I can let this little thing slide, or that kind of thing. Doing those little things in a negative way over time dramatically affect how people view you. Doing those positive things over a period of time consistently also has an effect on how people view you and how successful you're going to be. Being productive. Let's get this straight. Being productive and being busy are not necessarily the same things. Doing things won't create your success. Doing the right things will. If you're doing the wrong things, doing more of them will not increase the odds of success. It will only make you fail faster. Moving papers around your desk and organizing and getting everything looking spiffy in your office, you can do that once if that's going to help you be more efficient at doing your business. But the bottom line to it is you need to be doing 80% of the effort you do every day needs to be building something doing something that builds income or builds business, not organizing your business, but building your business. 80% of your time should be focused on that. Ask yourself, Were those actions really productive? So when you do something, just look back on it. Did that help move my business forward? This is something I think everybody needs to come to grips with when they come to Relive, or they start any business. And that is that the results come last. Think about that. The road to success or failure really is the same road for the longest time in our business. When people start and they're putting a lot of time in and they don't see a lot of results right away, and they can become discouraged, we need to keep them positive. We need to keep them on that same road, because we know, those of us who have been around a while, that same road to failure or success is the same road, and they don't diverge for a while. They at some point there's this inflection point where all of a sudden things start moving forward. We've all experienced it. We're going along, and oh gosh, finally we hit key director, and then things start accelerating. It's like, oh wow, okay, now I'm moving up to senior director and master. You start seeing this inflection. We saw so much of that this past year. Shout out to my team in Michigan, who saw so many advancements this year. And so many of these people had just been moving along in their business, coasting along in their business for the longest time, not moving up, not necessarily moving down. They just kind of coasting along. But something changed this past year, and despite all the headwinds, and all of a sudden there was this inflection point where people saw their business all of a sudden growing. It was because they were, despite the length of time, they had consistently done the small things over time, and those things all of a sudden started becoming the catalyst to start building their business even stronger and taking it to new heights. And it was amazing to watch. But that's the way our business is. And when people know this right from the get-go, and they know that, wow, I'm 3 months into this business, why aren't I making $5,000 a month yet? It takes time. If you opened a shoe store or any kind of store, you wouldn't expect that at the end of your first month, all of a sudden, your bills would be paid and you'd be on easy street. It takes time to build a clientele. It takes time to learn your business and grow within your business. Results come last. Not doing these things on any given day will not lead to failure, nor will they, any more than they'll lead, to success. It really, again, comes down to just doing these things consistently over a period of time. I'm going to touch on this briefly: high tech versus high touch, because a lot of people now are moving into social media, and they're reaching out electronically. With the ads on Facebook or Google or any number of places. Remember something. You are the messenger. You're not the message. What I mean by that is, you introduce the Relive to people, but it's not about you. Don't be the expert. Like I mentioned this before, we're not the scientists. We don't need to be the expert. We need to move people to great information. Use third-party tools. Don't reinvent your own. Use third-party tools to build your business. It's not about you. It's not about how great you are. It's what you can show them. It's where you can lead them within Relive. Share, not sell. I think this is important, and this is the fundamental of how I do business. I'm not a salesperson. You can ask Linda. I'm a terrible salesperson. That's not my background. My background was in technology. It was in information. As a manager of people, it was all about providing great information to people, so people can make good decisions. My clients can make good decisions. My employees can make good decisions. It was all about providing them great information, not how great I could sell them. So be proficient in selling great information, providing great information to people. High tech, high touch, again, you should be the 30-second messenger. Let the third-party tools be the 30-minute commercial, not you. Third party is all the stuff that isn't you. It's the meetings, the trainings, the events, the home parties, conferences, three-way calls, webinars, websites, videos, these Zoom parties people have been doing, and coffee time on Zoom. Those are the things that grab people's interest and hold them, and also make them want to be part of your family, of your relationship. People can't duplicate you, but they can duplicate all the third party stuff that you're putting in front of them. What you need to do before you can do what you need to do. So this is kind of a summary. Do you have a philosophy of success? Think about that. Think about how you approach Relive, how you approach your day. Do you have a philosophy of success? Do you have a good attitude, and are you willing to show up consistently over a long period of time? Are you willing to pay the price and have faith and a burning desire in what we're doing? Do you believe that what we're doing is the right thing? Do you believe that Relive can be the answer, not only for you, but for the people you share it with? Ask yourself, will you be here a year from now? And more importantly, would you want you as an associate? Are you behaving in such a way that you would want you as someone in your downline? Are you living up to that? And if not, become that person. Develop a philosophy of success and start doing the small things you need to do every day to move your business forward. So with that, I want to thank you for being on this training today. I appreciate your time so much. Go out and make it a great day. Again, we do these trainings every Saturday. I hope you'll continue to plug into all the opportunities that are provided with the story calls, the opportunity meetings every week, and the trainings every Saturday. These are great opportunities to grow your business, to introduce new people, and keep moving incrementally, moving your business forward. So let me leave you with this. Who will you speak to today about Relive? Go out, talk to somebody. Do not finish your day today without introducing Relive to somebody new. Go out and make it a great day. Thank you so much for being on. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Richard. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Richard. Awesome training. This Wednesday, Roger's doing a Wednesday webinar.
Oh, okay, great. Well, we'll look forward to Roger then Wednesday evening for our next opportunity presentation.
Awesome. Great training. Thank you.
That was amazing, Richard. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for being on.